Imagine if, after a disaster or a crisis, anyone who's been affected, including the most vulnerable, were able to access and know what relief was out there, what was available, and how and where they could access it. CORE responds to a variety of disasters around the world, in the US and internationally. And what we're doing is we're building an app called CORE Connect that uses AWS and leverages cloud technologies to reduce those inefficiencies that exist immediately after a disaster, to reduce the burden of accessing relief needs on those that have been most affected. Using cloud technologies, we're going to be able to connect people who have needs with organizations that are providing needs in a more efficient manner.
CORE takes a really unique approach to disaster response globally. We really try to look at communities to see what their most critical needs are in the immediate aftermath of a disaster, and try to figure out how we can fill those gaps for them in the quickest way possible. And so with the utilization of CORE Connect, that will enable us to share information both ways with a community. Alongside our analysis of what's going on and what people need, they'll be able to request what's critically available to them in the closest place to them possible, while also giving us an idea of what some of their other needs are, even if they can't communicate with us directly. For example, in major domestic disasters like hurricanes, people might spend 4 or 5 hours of their day sitting in a line waiting to pick up relief supplies, just to get to the front of the line and realize that this location doesn't actually have what they need. They now have no power, they're running low on gas, and they still don't know where they're going to get the supplies that they need to take care of their family for the days ahead. CORE Connect can solve that problem for people by letting them know where the things are that they need, how they can access them, and if it'll still be available when they're able to get there.
We're really trying to move the needle on 2 specific metrics. One is getting relief to more people that are falling through the cracks, who have an urgent need for relief after a disaster or a crisis. And the second is to get relief to those same folks faster. Because the app is designed for other organizations to be able to coordinate their efforts, we hope that we can have this same impact on other organizations' efforts to help them get relief more quickly to more people. By increasing the amount of data around how many people are actually being served in the aftermath of a disaster, we're hopeful that this can also be an advocacy tool that can raise awareness about all those folks who just are not able to access the needed relief that they are facing and that they require after a disaster or during a crisis. And we call on all of you to join us, however you can, as a volunteer, as an employee, as a donor, as we work to improve the entire humanitarian sector so we can get more assistance and more relief to those who need it most as quickly as possible.